Story time. Stacy and Daniel had been inseparable since college. Their love was the kind people wrote poems about, deep, passionate, and unshakable. After a few years together, they were planning their wedding, but one evening everything changed. It started with a letter. Stacy found it tucked inside an old book Daniel had been reading. The envelope was addressed to him, but the handwriting wasn't his. It was elegant and feminine. Her heart raced as she opened it, and the words inside shattered her world. Daniel, I can't keep pretending. Every day with you feels like a lie. I know you are engaged, but you can't marry her. Not when you promised me forever. Meet me at our spot in the park tonight. If you don't come, I will tell her everything. Stacy's hands trembled as she read the letter over and over again. Who was this woman? What had Daniel promised her? And why had he kept it a secret? So many questions running through her mind. That night, Stacy confronted him. Daniel's face turned pale as he read the letter. He swore he had no idea who wrote it, that it must be a mistake or a cruel prank. But Stacy could see the guilt in his eyes. She demanded answer, but he stormed out, leaving her alone in their apartment. Hours passed, and Daniel didn't return. Stacy's anger turned into worry. She called his phone, but it went straight to voicemail. Desperate, she decided to go to the place mentioned in the letter, a secluded park by the lake where Daniel used to take her for picnic. When she arrived, the park was empty. The moonlight glitters off the water, and the air was so cold and chill. Then she saw it, a figure lying down on the ground near the edge of the lake. Her heart stopped. It was Daniel. She ran to him, tears streaming down her face. He was unconscious but was alive. As she knelt beside him, she noticed something on his hand, a crumpled piece of paper. She unfolded it and it read, Stacy, if you are reading this, I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt you, but I couldn't let him destroy you the way he destroyed me. You deserve better. Love, Sarah. Stacy froze. Sarah was Daniel's ex-girlfriend from college, the one he had always said was just a flinch. But this letter made it clear their relationship had been far more serious than he had let on. Before Stacy could process what was happening, she heard footsteps behind her. She turned to see Sarah standing there, her eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry, Stacy, Sarah said. I tried to warn you. He is not what you think he is. Stacy's mind raced. What had Daniel done? Why had Sarah gone to so much lengths to protect her? And why had Daniel ended up unconscious by the lake? As if on cue, Daniel stared. His eyes opened slowly. He looked at Stacy, then at Sarah, and his expression turned to one of fear. You, he whispered. You were supposed to be unalive. You are not supposed to be here. Sarah stepped forward, her voice steady. I couldn't let you do to her what you did to me. You lied to me, Daniel. You lied to her, and now it's over. Stacy felt the ground shift beneath her. She looked at Daniel, the man she thought she knew, and saw a stranger. What is she talking about, Daniel? She demanded. Daniel hesitated, then sighed. Stacy, I never wanted you to find out like this. Sarah and I, we were engaged, but I broke it off when I met you. I thought I could leave her behind, but she wouldn't let me go. Sarah shook her head. That's not the whole truth, Daniel. Tell her what you did. Daniel's face covered in regret and shame said, I took money from her, a lot of money. I promised to pay it back, but I did not. When I found out she was pregnant, I was extremely happy. At the time, we were planning our wedding. However, I found out she was having an affair with one of my friends. Even though I was unclear who, I found out that the child she was carrying might not be mine. When I confronted her about it, she denied everything, even after I've showed her the evidence. Then I told her I was going to cancel the wedding we have been planning for months. Then she threatened to throw me in jail if I was unable to repay her the money she loaned me to start my business. I panicked. I thought if I could keep her quiet, everything would be fine. Then one night, I bought her a drink and dropped some pills in it. I gave it to her. As she drank it and passed out on the couch, I took off to LA to start a new life. I thought she was unalive, but I didn't realize she survived and would trace me back to LA. Stacy felt like the world was spinning. The man she loved, the man she was about to get married to, had been lying to her from the beginning. And now standing there in front of the moonlight, she realized she didn't know him at all. Stacy stood there in tears as the cops escort Daniel to the police vehicle in handcuffs. And that is the end of the video. If you like stories like this, Please don't forget to follow, like, and share the video, and give your comments on your thoughts about the story. See you next time.